You know, it really is sad that Heather still blames me for everything wrong in her life. I mean, 43 years old, still can't take responsibility for anything. It's so sad. Well, Tipton School wanted to put me on Ritalin because of the way my sister acted. Mm, mm. And I never even went to Tipton. You see it in her video she just put out today. Mm. I swear. And then she plays off this insane act that, oh, I'm not looking at my sister's channel. Everybody else is looking at the channel and telling me what my sister's saying. Oh. Yeah, okay, Heather. Whatever. I'm not buying your act. No one else is either. We all know you're looking at my channel. I can see you're a subscriber on my channel. Just like you can see it, I'm a subscriber on yours. Didn't you know? Sad. Sad, sad, sad. But that's mental health for you. It's all everybody else's fault, not mine. Mm. That's mental health issues. It's her little alternate personality that named not me, that she's always blamed her entire life. Not me did it. Not me did it. Believe me, I've had to deal with this my whole flippin' life. Mm. Mm. The only way I could get away from her before I came of age was to become a workaholic. And unfortunately, that messed up my back bad. That and her goading dad into sitting on my back when I was 14. That was the incident where she tried to steal one of the books that I had just bought for myself to read, not her. And she got mad, uppercut me, hit me in the nose, broke my nose, and continued screaming that I wouldn't let her steal my book. So it goaded Dad into beating me into submission, and that included sitting on my back. While Heather sat in the other room, laughing at my pain with Mom. I had largely put that memory out of my mind. until the doctor discovered my nose was broken while trying to figure out why I was getting such horrible sinusitis. And then when I mentioned that he found out my nose was broken, Heather began screaming, "I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I was only 7 years old. I didn't do it." That's what woke up the memory. And gave me a time for when it did happen. All I needed was for Heather to tell me exactly when it happened. When she started screaming, "I didn't do it, I didn't do it, I was only 7 years old." That's all I needed. And I was able to tell the doctor exactly when it did occur. And that told him exactly how long my nose had been broken. And exactly how long I had been suffering sinusitis and polyps. And it helped out his fixing everything. I tell you, dealing with narcissists, you often walk away with scars and injuries that are quite physical. I walked away from dealing with Heather with a broken nose. I walked away from dealing with Lamont with a machete scar. That often still does hurt, especially when it's cold out. The doctors think now that I possibly have some nerve injuries. Some nerve injury, which is why it gets cold. Or not cold, but a bit painful. This arm gets cold from where he pulled it behind my back, but it's getting worse. They think it's because of my degenerating discs in my neck. Yay. Yay, aging. My degenerating discs in my lower back are causing more pain in my leg, which the stroke didn't help that. Yay. I swapped paralysis for pain. Heather keeps yelling, "Why don't you go get a job and get off the government tit?" Because I can't stand for more than 15 minutes without getting serious pain in my leg. No one's going to hire someone who can't stand more than 15 minutes. And that could go for Heather, too. Why doesn't she get a job and get off the government tit? She's been on the government tit her whole life. At least I worked for 30 years. I rather miss working, actually. But I don't miss hostile work environments. Grant County is the worst work environment I have ever worked in. Logansport was great. El Paso County, wow. Loved it. The military, oh, I miss the military. Grant County, oh my fucking God, go somewhere else if you want a job. Ugh. Every other day it's a threat to be fired if you looked at someone wrong. It's no wonder the kids are leaving town. I mean, Grant County is messing up its own future. They're already saying that, we were talking on social media, no one makes over $30,000 in this town. No one. It's a poor ass town. Yet the mayor wants to make luxury condos where you have to pay $2,000 a month. I commented, well, you better be ready to jam 4 families to a condo and be ready for the domestic violence to skyrocket from the stress of all those people living together. Especially since he ain't bringing in no decent jobs. He wants to bring in high-end luxury things, but no way to pay for it. It's crazy. He wants to make it a party atmosphere, but no way to pay for the party. It's, uh, it's sad. Watching you, girl. Don't you be messing up the furniture. See, Daisy, you're being watched. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're being watched. Mm-hmm. Daisy May. uh, but, but the slip covers to try to deter her from mauling the new furniture. She immediately started trying to mouth the slip covers. So I watch her pretty closely. She's still got some of the puppy left in her. She won't be 2 until May. She shares her birthday with Aurora. Funny that. No. I don't know. It's just sad about my sister. Just real sad. She still blames me for her entire childhood. Even though I tried to stay away from her. Any wonder why I tried to stay the F away from her? That's the mental illness. She blames someone who tried to stay away from her. That's why I walked away from the family. I was always the scapegoat. It is total mental illness to blame the scapegoat of the family. That's why I walked away. It's called black sheeping a family member, and it is total mental illness to do so. And that's why the only way for the black sheep to regain their mental health is to finally walk away and wash their hands of the toxic family. They're not really the crazy ones. They've only been made out to look like the crazy ones. That's what I've learned in therapy. Yes, I have depression because I was brought up in a toxic environment. When you are beat down day after day, told you are stupid, crazy, fat, ugly, day after day, you're at fault. Everything's your fault. If it weren't for you, we'd have a better life. Day after day after day. Everything's always your fault. Well, wouldn't you be depressed too? You're not wanted. Why don't you go away? Wouldn't you be depressed too? You're good for nothing but making money. Why can't you be like your younger sister? Why can't you do things better? Why can't you make more money for the family? Take a second job, pay rent on top of what you already pay. Wouldn't you be depressed too? Wouldn't you think you're worthless too? If everything you did in your life were to try to please your mother, and all your mother can do is tear you down, beat you, tell you you're worthless, rip you apart, tell you your sister is better than you, wouldn't you be depressed too? Something Heather doesn't mention is every time I had a win in my life, my mother would rip me apart. I got my orders for Cheyenne Mountain. Well, you can't go to Cheyenne Mountain. That's only for people who are higher ranking. I got my first apartment. Well, why do you need an apartment off base? That you need to stay in that 24/7 dorm. It doesn't matter whether you can sleep or not. I got my first car. Well, why do you need a car to get around Colorado Springs? Can't you take the bus everywhere? It doesn't matter how long it takes to get anywhere. I got my first computer. Why do you need a computer? It's going to raise your bill. You don't need a computer. Look at how much you can do at work. I got engaged to Lamont. Why do you need to be engaged to Lamont? He's just worthless. Why do you need a man anyway? I got pregnant with Trisha. You're too young to have a child. What? You're getting out of the military. You can't support a child. You're too young. You can't do it. Every single time. I only wanted her to celebrate with me, to be happy with me, like a mother should, like I do with my kids. But I never got those celebratory wins. Not once. And I felt like worthless trash. Because I could never make my mother happy. And now I never can because she's dead. And my sister carries on the tradition to this day. You see it today, blaming me for her not getting along in school. Telling everyone that it's my fault the school wanted to put her on Ritalin, even though I never went to Tipton. Telling me that it's my fault, or telling everyone that it's my fault she failed the 6th grade twice, even though I was in Colorado Springs at the time she was in 6th grade. Telling everyone that it's my fault for all of her school failures, even though I wasn't there. All of her failures in life are somehow my fault. Her decisions to steal, her decisions to beat people are somehow my fault. Just like Mom. That I'm worthless trash because of her decisions in life. Is it any wonder I don't want her in my life? Yes, I'm venting right now. Because you can see my sister is just like our mother. And I got the same treatment from Lamont. Because to be honest, Lamont was more like Mom than like Dad. In retrospect, I can see that. It's okay, buddy. You're fat, you're ugly, you're crazy, you're lazy. You don't bring in enough money. I want more, 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 more. You need to sell the house and give me the money. That's all that people in my family, in my life, ever want. For me to give, give, give. Until I'm all used up and have nothing more to give. And that's why I walked away. So, see y'all later.